Good morning and welcome to Amsterdam and welcome to ESPC. Yesterday was all-day tutorials, today is the keynote and lots of sessions, tomorrow is sessions, Thursday even I think is sessions, so there's lots and lots going on. It's a big event this, it's in the RAI in Amsterdam, which is a huge conference centre, nice modern conference centre, so lots and lots of great facilities, lots of space for us all to expand into, lots of people here. I think last year they had 1,500 people. I was at the speaker drinks last night and lots of Microsoft MVPs, lots of speakers from Microsoft, which is great to see as well. And yeah, it's going to be a really good couple of days, I think. So we've got the keynote with Jeff Teper coming up. That's going to be really interesting. I hear a rumor that there may be some announcements of things that didn't get announced at Ignite, so that's really exciting. It's worth saying as well, the timing of this conference is really good because it comes just off Ignite where all the announcements have been made and now everyone can talk about them properly, can explain them and can really kind of dig into them and get deep into the technical weeds of what they mean and where you'd apply them. So that's brilliant as well.
So with that, let's get the show started. I'm delighted to welcome onto the stage from our conference program team. Please give a warm welcome to Luisa Fries and Paolo Pialorsi to introduce this morning's very special keynote presentation. Thank you so much and enjoy the show.
So, journey of this community spanning the last 15 years was guided by one very, very special person from within Microsoft. And he's not only the father of SharePoint, also the president of Microsoft 365 Collaborative Apps and Platforms. And so it is with my very, very big honor to introduce to you Mr. Jeff Teper.
ESPC, the team and I were like backstage, wanting our own light-up suits, and just we're super excited to be with you this week and get to share what we think is our biggest roadmap that we've ever done at ESPC, and get your feedback on what you think of it, what you think we need to do next, and just also have a good time. And so I want to kick things off by profusely thanking the team here at ESPC. We've come back here for over a decade, and Kevin, Sarah, and team just do such an incredible job. But it's not just them, it's the people pulling together the logistics and the agenda, Luis, Paolo, and so many other people, speakers, sponsors, and thanks to all of you. It's really exciting to hear from Kevin. That this isn't just about Europe. People come from all over the world to what is truly an incredible event. And the point of this is there's a lot changing in technology, and so we want to talk about it together. You want to learn the latest from us. We want to learn from all of you. We want to hear the case studies, the success stories, the feedback. It's a chance to grow our skills and impact on the organizations we work with. But also, and I think one thing that's really wonderful about this community is how many people make lifelong friendships that know each other for years, if not decades. So if you're Been a member of the community a long time, welcome back. If you're new to it, I hope you see, like Luis said, this is some place that you can call home and continue to not just learn, but get connected with.
Gosh, it seems like just yesterday we were in a room learning about the latest language models. A few weeks ago, we GA'd the very first version of Copilot in Microsoft 365. In a few minutes, Omar is going to take you through that. And all this is built on our Copilot stack. You saw it Ignite a couple weeks ago. There's sort of a whole framework we have, from silicon partnerships with NVIDIA to our own AI chips, to our fabric in Azure, to our hosting of Azure OpenAI, Llama, and a whole variety of other models, how we've integrated that with the Microsoft Graph and all the security and compliance work, and how it's powering all sorts of innovative new experiences from us. And we make the same exact stack available to third parties to build their own copilots, their own agents, and you can, side by side with what we have in Microsoft Copilot, integrate those in our apps inside Teams, and we're very excited to see the growing number of those. Well, we're super excited to get Copilot in all of your hands, get your feedback on the sessions this week. Now we're going to talk about Teams. Teams is a pretty magical product in how it brings together all these different tools from Microsoft, from third parties and custom apps, all in one integrated experience. And a few weeks ago in October, we completed perhaps, I would say, the most complicated, other than launching the first release of Office 365, the second most complicated engineering project I've had a chance to work on, which is we had parallel development of a set of resources and people putting hundreds of features over the last couple of years into the existing Teams code base, while simultaneously re-architecting Teams from the ground up to make it faster and consume less resources in what we call the new Teams. So I'm very excited, as I said about the huge focus we've had on fundamentals. And now getting to this single desktop code base is going to allow us to move even faster on both fundamentals and innovation. Let me wrap things up a little bit. As Adam framed, content is the lifeblood of organizations. It's how great teams collaborate to build better products and services. It's how leaders transform processes and workflow to automate and transform their organizations. And it's how organizations leverage knowledge to help them make better decisions and every employee learn and grow. And so hopefully you've seen in SharePoint, it's a great content management solution for those use cases. But in the era of AI and copilots, it's even more important than ever to have a great content management system. So hopefully you've seen that we're investing in all the base experience and taking them to new levels. But we also wanted to build a value-added set of capabilities that leveraged AI. And so many of you are familiar, about a year ago, we talked about this under the brand of Microsoft Syntex. We got great feedback from early adopters, but we got a little feedback that the branding was complicated. And so we were pretty excited at Ignite to rename Microsoft Syntex to SharePoint Premium and add a whole new host of capabilities. So again, let me clarify. Syntex is now SharePoint Premium. And we're going to invest in 3 categories of capabilities. New intelligent experiences. That includes high-value document scenarios and digital signatures. Automated processes for bulk content organization, tagging, capturing, and so forth using AI. And then third, the essential governance capabilities to help you inventory your permissions, to analyze things, to automate workflows for those so that you can make sure Copilot and AI only recommends content to people that they have the rights to see. So combined, they make SharePoint the best place to manage, ground, and leverage content for AI. So we're pretty excited about that. We're going to have a detailed session on it I'll talk about in a second. But we have one more thing, something we did not talk about at Ignite. that we just dropped the blog for a few minutes ago. It's a product that I've wanted to do for about 10 years. And in the AI era, we decided now it was time. SharePoint's used to power so many experiences in a tenant. Our own apps, people build apps on top of it, Graph, SPFX, and so forth. But there was a whole set of content management scenarios that were embedded in existing applications, where ISVs may have taken blob storage from Azure or AWS, hooked it up to a database for metadata, built a data model that included workflow and versioning and content types, wrote a middle tier that did co-authoring, integrated a search engine, and on and on and on. And that is the core of SharePoint. And so we thought, in the AI era, where content management is more important than ever, let's take SharePoint and deliver a flavor of it for developers to embed in their own applications. And so I'm excited today to introduce the public preview of SharePoint Embedded. This is the same capability that we use to power our own experience. In fact, under the covers, it's what's powering Loop and Designer and Clipchamp and a few more things from Microsoft. You'll be able to have this sort of headless version of SharePoint to embed in your own applications. And you'll see in our blog, this is something that's used in high-value content scenarios from pretty demanding organizations. KPMG, one of the leading tax firms in the world, is delivering their tax solution to customers built on SharePoint Embedded. A company called Peppermint, based out of the UK, legal office solution, building on SharePoint Embedded. So we're very, very excited about this. Again, it's something I wanted to do for a long time, but we sort of said, let's get the base capabilities from Microsoft 365 in order. And now that we have this elastic content management system that does millions of requests per second and stores exabytes of data, let's bring content management to every application, not just Microsoft's. And with that, we'll wrap this morning. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you for coming to ESPC, and have a great event. Thanks.
Just headed into the Expo Hall now, just to check out some of the sponsors and the exhibitors. I love this Expo Hall because it's so bright and open compared to some of them. So it's really nice just to be in. I think I've been in here once before, I can't really remember, but I'm always impressed by, it just feels so open and light and airy, and everyone's not so crammed together, that it's really nice. It's actually kind of nice to be able to walk around, and that makes you more likely to walk around it actually and see who's there and who's doing what. So that's been really, it's a nice thing.
Come on, we do not fight. My name is Fabian Williams, and I am a Senior Product Manager on the Microsoft Graph Customer Partner Experiences team at Microsoft. My role is basically to serve two populations. I serve the engineers and the product owners that are actually turning on and creating these features. And I also serve people like yourself who represent either SIs, systems integrators, ISVs, independent software vendors, or people that are just either independents building stuff on the Microsoft Graph.
Inactive for 10 hours and 58 minutes. This is what a workday looks like, yeah? For most of us, and we're all nodding, right? We're sitting still. we're never moving, we're never doing anything, and it tells me you should probably be more active.
Just recorded an interview at the reporters booth behind me. Chirag Patel, a friend of mine, Microsoft MVP as well. He is one of the community reporters here at ESPC. And so we talked about my session and just kind of the state of the industry and where AI is kind of infusing everything and where I thought things were going next year, which was kind of good to talk it through, and good also to just kind of generally feedback the atmosphere here, which is great. Really enthusiastic atmosphere all day from attendees. The sessions have been really well attended, and just talking to people, there's a real buzz here about everything that's going on kind of in our industry. And this is a great kind of conference. The way it's run, I don't know, it's a nice conference, you know, and there's a real energy here as well that you can really pick up, so that's great.
Jeff Teper, you can give the easy ones to me.
Well, first, there is a person here with an Oracle shirt. Are we allowed to still ask a question?
Please.
Our final award tonight was voted by you guys from yesterday, and it is the Best Tutorial Award. So the winner is congratulations, Connell.
Good morning. It's actually the next day, so you haven't really missed anything since I stopped filming before. A couple more sessions, and then the attendee drinks or networking in the Expo Hall, which was kind of good fun. The Inspire Awards, I'll put some footage of that in as well, because that was great to see, kind of celebrating some of our community heroes and those that really go above and beyond in our community, which is fantastic. And then last night, a couple of partner events, but this morning we are here kind of early actually. The Expo Hall behind me hasn't quite opened up yet, but there's a keynote happening. Caruana Gatumu is speaking all about Microsoft 365 on the customer advocacy program. But I'm skipping that keynote because I have a session coming up immediately after it, and so I like to get there to my session a little bit early, make sure everything works, do the tech checks, and just kind of get comfy. So that's where I'm going to go now. I'm going to do my session, and then it'll be time for me to catch a couple more sessions, and then I need to leave. I'm kind of leaving this conference halfway through to jump for another one, which is a shame in some ways because there's just a ton of sessions happening here that sound really interesting and that I'd like to go to, but that's the way it goes sometimes. And I'm excited to go to the next one anyway. So that's me. I'm going to go and find my room now, and we'll take it from there. All right, I think this is me, 107. Perfect. All right. Let's get set up. All right, so my session just wrapped. I've come back to just outside the Expo Hall because the light is good and it's quiet. Yeah, session went really well. Really good engagement actually, which is a good metric for me. It's what I use anyway. It's a good metric of whether or not the session went well. It's less about the people. Like obviously that's an interesting measure as well. But actually, if you can measure engagement in terms of questions and feedback, then for me that's useful, and I think that's cool. So that was good to see. Yeah. So for me now, the Expo Hall is still really busy, which is kind of really good to see actually. It wasn't just a sort of day one thing. It continues to be really busy with lots of conversations going on as well as people catching up. So my plan is to spend some time in there, do some more sessions, and then I'm headed out this afternoon. So should be good. Oh, I've forgotten as well. There'll just be time for the ugly Christmas sweater competition, which is happening this lunchtime as well. So first, just time to go around the Expo Hall one last time, I think.
And then the AI properties to it is where we're going to define, here's our planner, here's our prompt manager, here's the specific prompt that I want to use for this bot. So chat would map to the subfolder in the prompts folder called chat.
So welcome everybody to the first session after the lunch period. So hopefully I will get you energized. Everybody jump in the board, right? Okay, so my name is Vesa Juvonen. I'm a principal product manager in Microsoft 365 platform areas. I've been working with SharePoint Framework since the birth of the whole framework. So I've been in Microsoft for 17 years now, or past 17 years, and with SharePoint Framework since 2016.
All right, I think I'm going to call it a day here at ESPC. It's been a fantastic day. I know this video is probably going to come out a little bit cut together and a bit choppy, and I'm sorry for that. It's a busy time. Like, there's a lot going on at this conference. There's a lot to see. There's a lot to do. So I've been jumping between different things, but hopefully I've given you a flavour of what it's like here. Really great conference, great energy and buzz, and I'm really looking forward to the next one. Thank you so much to the organisers. Thanks so much to all the other speakers for making it such a brilliant session, and thanks to all the attendees for showing up and asking such great questions, having such great feedback, and just being interesting to talk to and network with. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you at the next one.